Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Question today from a viewer. Pete Dunlop sent me a question. It's actually a very interesting question about segment of rackets. I'll go over that with you a little bit more in a minute. Stay tuned. All right, so my buddy Pete here said, here's a question I've been wondering as I watch hordes of kids descending on courts for summer lessons and adult beginners taking lessons at Portland Tennis Center. What is the largest segment of the tennis racket market? Is it occupied by inexpensive, lower end rackets sold to kids and adults who are new to the game or playing as a beginner level? Or is it held down by higher end rackets used by players 4.0 and up? I assume lower end rackets are the highest volume segment of the industry and that high end rackets represent lower sales volume but a higher dollar volume. What do you know? Okay, well, this is interesting. This is one of those questions you probably address in one of your mailbag videos, which haven't produced for a while. I doubt it's fodder for a standalone video. Well done. Well, Pete, you're wrong, because I'm devoting this video just for your question right here. Okay. So every year around this time, hordes of kids also come into the store here with their parents, right? And their parents are like, gotta get ready for summer camp. I gotta get your rackets, gotta get your shoes, gotta get you a little cap so you don't get sunburn in the head. And I gotta get you like a little outfit so that you look like a tennis player. So the hordes come here before they go out to the court. So I know, because I can definitely see what the kids are using. I'm gonna go over the adults in a minute though. But the kids though, I would say about 80%. So it's a high number. It's definitely a high number because they're under a certain age. They're under like 10 years old. The inexpensive aluminum rackets are definitely the biggest part of the segment when it comes to the kids. So I'm gonna walk over here for a second. You know, this Dunlop, this Babolat for girls, definitely I sell a ton of. I mean, you got your cover with it, right? It's just a basic aluminum racket that looks great. You even have a little strap to, put on your little back, right? And these go all the way up to like 26 inches. So you could actually have if you really wanted to, a 12-year-old using that racket. They make one for the boys like that. Not as fancy though, more simple. And they put it in kind of the Rafa colors of the yellow and the black. So, right? Looks like that, doesn't it? We're close enough. But definitely using Rafa on it. The Rafa Junior 23. This particular one is a 23 inch. But this is the largest segment. Yeah, they just buy these rackets. And I understand, because we don't know if Johnny's gonna continue to play tennis or if Jane continues to play tennis. So why spend a whole lot of money on it? I mean, plus they're gonna grow out of it anyways too. So, I mean, why spend $100 on, a 25 inch like that, or $70 on a 23-inch like that. Now, if you take it seriously and you start playing those little red ball tournaments or orange ball tournaments, and you're a little slight on the height, definitely go for something like this. Go for something like that. But definitely, Pete's on to something. The lower end segment is definitely a huge segment. I mean, basically, you buy these as like you do these iPhones. They're throwaways. Yeah, you don't throw them away. You trade them in. Okay, so these can get traded in or donated too. Now, the second part of Pete's question is about adult beginner 4.0s and up, or down, 4.0 and down, as those adults go away to camp too. Those 1 week sleep away camps or clinics that are at the local club, right? What are those guys buying though? What are those people buying? Well, lately, this year, sometimes it's year to year, I've been selling a ton of ultras, actually. There's my hundreds. Wow, there's my hundreds. So ultra hundreds, ultra 108s. I've been selling a ton of those. Obviously, Clash 100s, Clash 100 Pros. Also a huge hit. Where are my pure drives? Pure drives, selling a ton of those. Those are probably the top 3 rackets in that category. Once in a while, we'll do an arrow for that person who really loves Rafa. Once in a while, I'll do an E-Zone 100 just because they love Naomi or Kyrgios there in the blue. Definitely some V-cores as well. Been doing great with some of these heads. The Extreme MP especially. I got one way back here. This MP has been definitely a winner with that segment too. But what we see is, these rackets are almost the same when it comes to specs. Like, you can take the MP here, the E-Zone 100 there, the Ultra 100 there, the Clash 100, Arrow, Pure Drive. They're all in that 10.6 range, right? 10.6 ounce range. It's like I tell people, what color do you like? They're all in the same category, all in the same segment. Colors have to battle, especially for women. All right, the men can the Pure Drive will do it because that black and blue, hey, who don't like black and blue? The other thing that's been popular for us this year is, I'm gonna walk over here slowly, is I've been ordering a ton of these Burns because it's my personal favorite, Burn 100s that they resurrected finally after one generation removed. This kind of suits everybody too. And for people who have been coming back to the game after 20 years or more, this kind of feels like home to those people. I did a video that compared this to the CTS Approach 90. I think this is kind of right up your alley. If you came from that late 80s to early 2000s rackets, late 90s, excuse me, I'm dating myself. If you came from anywhere in the 90s, this could feel like home to you, and it will. I put people in these and I was like, just trust me, you're good to go with this. You'll love it. So I've been selling like a ton of these to those people. We've been taking these and pre-stringing them here, and basically these are take and goes, grab and go rackets for pretty much all types of 4.0 and under beginners. These are great. This suits everybody, men and women. For the women or the men who just take it and play leisurely, just with each other on the weekend, just want to pat the ball around, keep the ball in just for exercise. I mean, something like an Arrow 112, easy answer, easy answer. Price point's great too at $129.99. So this used to be a $200 racket. So oversized, easy to play with, definitely the ultimate weekender exercise racket. All right, so hopefully I answered your question, Pete. But yeah, as the hordes of kids go into summer camp, we sell hordes of these lower end aluminums to them. As the hordes of adults go away to their second homes or to the resorts or wherever they go vacationing this year, or some of the staycation stuff, they get all those 100 square inch rackets that are popular in the market today. All right, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.